Listen, we are back. Make sure you like this video. As you are coming in, make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, we are back to talk about Yolanda, honey. Yolanda is out here age shaming Queen Shiba and dragging her about how she got her channel back, honey, because she blames Queen Shiba for, getting her channel temporarily taken down. And she says, surprise, surprise, you never win when you play dirty. Isn't that what you do? What is wrong with Yolanda, you guys? We're in a new year and it's the same stunts and shows. Same bull crap. Okay? So somebody sent me something that Queen Shiba said. She never said it was about Yolanda. I think this person thought that maybe she was talking about Yolanda. But Queen Shiba says, I apologize when I'm wrong. I own that shit. I do not apologize when I'm provoked. You lit the match, now eat the fire. I know that's right, honey. That's coming from a Scorpio. Okay? I know that's right, honey. Get 'em, Queen Shiba. Okay? Queen Shiba, honey, ain't nothing to play with. She will cuss you out in the classiest of ways. Listen. Okay? She don't play that chickadee. But yeah, I hope that he leaves. Or look, I hope that he or she, honey, because I don't know what's going on over there, but I hope that Yolanda leaves Queen Shiba alone. Okay? Because Queen Shiba ain't nothing to play with. Listen, you don't want them problems? Okay? I said you don't want them problems. Leave that lady alone. Leave her alone. And the sad part, you guys, about Yolanda is Yolanda, wants to blame Queen Shiba for, allegedly getting her channel taken down. But this is not a Queen Shiba thing. This is you don't know how to play nice with people. Okay? You don't know how to play nice with people. We are in 2026. You are still out here dragging Melody, calling her fix-a-flat. You still out here talking nasty about Queen Shiba. Like, when are you gonna learn? So I just feel like you have to take accountability for, the situations that you end up in with people. And I just feel like Yolanda has this desperate obsession with Melody. And when it comes to Melody, she doesn't want Melody to have any supporters. And we know that Queen Shiba is definitely a big supporter of Melody. And Yolanda does not like that. Yolanda does not like that Melody respected Queen Shiba, enough to film with her and let her in her circle, and because that's what Yolanda wanted at first. So you guys, we have to really look at this. Yolanda is jealous of Queen Shiba because she took her spot. That's the spot that Yolanda wanted. But Melody trusted Queen Shiba because of how Queen Shiba conducts her business. Okay, she's respectful of people. She's not an opportunist. She respects her boundaries. You don't respect boundaries because, as soon as Melody told you no or shut that door, you tried to get in through the door through other people that knew Melody, which further showed, you were up to no good. Okay. So I don't know why Yolanda has not learned that lesson yet. But it's a good time to learn that lesson. You got to watch how you treat people. And everybody is not here, for your bullshit. And you have to realize that, and you have to humble yourself. And Yolanda has a whole bunch of yes men around her. Those aunties, they are no good for Yolanda. Okay? They are no good for her. They don't tell her the truth about herself and how she needs to change. And, change how she plays the game, how she deals with people, her expectations of people. So, and until you learn that lesson, this is going to keep happening over and over and over again. And what's sad is, like I said, all of this is stemming from Melody. It's not even really about Queen Shiba. It's the fact that Queen Shiba is affiliated with Melody, and Melody and Queen Shiba have did business together, which is what Yolanda wanted to do with Melody. She wanted to be in that circle. And I think she got jealous, when the door was open for Queen Shiba and the door wasn't open for her. And I think that Yolanda has some issues with rejection. Most narcissistic people, they have an issue, with being rejected. They don't like to be told no. They begin feeling like there's something wrong with them. And I'm here to say, knock, knock, there is. It's a mess. It's a fool. Okay, let's shake a bone and get the hell on. We have the former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Britt Edy has announced she and her husband Mike are done. Not all that bragging she did about her man down to the social media, honey. And look, you could have brought your ass back on the show. That could have been a storyline. You just played your cards all the way wrong. One person says, is it because he is ready to come out of the closet he's in? Ooh, child, y'all so messy. Another person says they didn't have a marriage anyway. He was a yes man. He didn't check her enough, to me. And I told you guys, I feel like that's important in a marriage. Keep your spouse honest, That way they are not out here being delulu. And, making up all these false stories, that way they can get a payday. And that's what Britt Edy did. And unfortunately, we lost Kenya in the midst of all that BS. She started all that BS with Kenya, so you never win, honey, when you play dirty. Okay? I said, honey, you never win when you play dirty. So let's shake a bone and get the hell on. We have this story with Tashina Arnold. Y'all remember the story we had did some time ago about Ari Lennox calling out Martin for being a colorist. So Tashina Arnold responds to Ari Lennox's, child, I didn't say her name right. Ari Lennox's claims that her character Pam was subject to colorism by Martin. I asked you all about that. You all said you didn't feel like it was colorism. I don't either. I don't feel like everything is colorism. And it kind of pisses me off because there are certain things that are, that is colorism, and it's like when you say that everything is, that's a problem. Because now the people, they don't have the energy for the shit that's the real colorism of it all, honey. They don't, they don't want to talk about that. Okay? It was out of love. It had nothing to do with colorism. Let's see what, who made you feel that way? That's what Tashina Arnold said. So let's play that, you guys.
Came aware of something recently that was going on in the news about, what's that singer's name? What's the person? No. What's the woman that said something? Is it Ari?
Ari
Lennox. She said something?
Where the colorism thing, where she felt like Martin was bagging on me because I was brown skinned and because she was a brown skinned girl. And I had heard this story. I guess it was.
So it was more than Ari. It wasn't just Ari.
I think it was only Ari.
Okay.
She said, I think it was only Ari. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of people taking Ari Lennox's side on that. Like, if anything, Martin and Pam gave Red Fox and LaWanda Page, Fred and Esther from Sanford and Son. You know, they joan on each other. They dog each other out. That's what they did on that particular show, you know?
Don't laugh, because now she gonna be mad at me.
I'm not being mad. Shout out to Ari. You know, I love Ari. Shout out to Ari.
I like her. I mean, I don't know her personally, but I like her music, and I met her one time when I was hosting Soul Train. I understand completely what she said, and I get it. She did do a disclaimer saying that she is like a shit starter, I guess. Like, you know, she does cause controversy. I get it. But we've already moved past that.
Yeah.
And Martin never ever. So this is a little backstory. Pam was originally for a heavyset girl. So all the jokes on my audition were fat jokes. So I'm literally auditioning saying like with fat jokes, right? They ended up changing it when I got the role, obviously, because that's when my body was banging. I was thin. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, her body, it was nice back in the day, you guys. Honey, had a body like a stallion. Ain't that right, Tashina Arnold, girl? She was looking good. I always thought that Pam was beautiful. I never thought that was colorism. And I think another thing that's not being said is Martin has his babies with light-skinned women. And I think that bothered some of the girlies back in the day. That was his type. The whole light skin, like Tisha Campbell. She was Martin's so-called like type. You know, he married a woman. What was it? Patricia Southall. He married her. He had a baby with what's her name? Shamika Gibbs. I liked her. Cause baby, she could be a little hood. She was down to the Hollywood exes, honey. Y'all remember when she checked the shit out of Jessica, got all up in her face? She said, yeah, put your, touch my motherfucking fur and see what happens. She got all up in her face. I said, I know that's right. You better tell her shit. Cause honey, her and Maite would have got their ass cussed out. You don't tell Miss Robinson what she could wear, cold as it is. Shit, you want your fur on. Okay. Let a nigga have some fur. But yeah, I think that Martin's women, you know, that he had children with or dated back in the day, I think that played a part. I think it bothered a lot of people that Tisha Campbell, who played Gina, you know, light-skinned woman, she was the love interest. And Pam was the friend. But Pam, you know, dated Tommy and, you know, all type of different guys on the show. It wasn't like it was just centered around Tisha Campbell, you know, and her relationship with Martin. Of course, they had the primary, you know, relationship on the show, but, you know, all the guys had a crush on Pam or liked her body, or do you see what I'm saying? So I didn't understand where Ari was coming from with this. It definitely seemed like she was like judging the Martin show from her own life experience. You know, that's what it looked like. And a lot of times when people pull from their life experience and they compare it to something on TV, it's two different things. But you can't tell that person that, you know, they feel like, no, he just dogged Pam out. And, you know, yeah, he dogged Pam out, but he would crack on Cole and Tommy. It wasn't just like it was Pam. Gina even got it. The light skin preference. She got talked about bad. Like, they always called her Applehead. Remember when the damn head was caught up in the damn headboard? That shit was funny. You know, everybody got joned on that show, you know? So I don't know. I just never thought colorism. I definitely thought that Martin had a type, a preference. There's nothing wrong with people having preferences, you guys. People prefer all types of different things. Some men, they only like dark-skinned women. They don't like light-skinned women. And I don't think we hear enough of that. And I do think that that's a thing, you know. So yeah, how do you guys feel about this? Put it in the comments.
Yeah, what y'all doing with these jokes?
What y'all doing with these jokes?
Yeah, what's happening? I'm not getting back. Like, I'm not. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So,
We need the script change.
so what happened was, they ended up changing the jokes, but we was like, when I tell you, if you were around on Martin days and on that set, all the funny really happened when those cameras weren't rolling. When I tell you, it was bad. Like the way we used to crack. So I used to be around a lot of gay men as well. So my reads and my cracks were quick. I was like, it was bad. It came from a brown skin thing.
Yeah.
It started when I really had BDBs in the back of my head. I never knew I had pepper balls. We call them pepper balls. I didn't know I had pepper balls in the back of my head. Because, like, you do your hair.
We know the BDBs. I get them, child, if I don't have no perm shit. And look, I got a few now, shit, to be honest with you, okay? So we all know what happens to the back of your hair if you don't perm it or, you know, relax it or straighten it out. It's gonna get a little puffy back there, okay? So, yeah. So I think she was also, like, accusing Martin of, like, being what do they call it? A texturist, something. Because I don't think she liked that comment. But light-skinned women can have BDBs. I am a light-skinned woman that got BDBs, honey. Okay. You know, you're black. You know, so that's not a brown-skin thing. That's not a dark-skin thing. That's just a factor of being black.
I started perming my hair. My mom called pepper balls. So I was like, damn. So that's when he got me, because he started cracking on the back. So they started incorporating anything that he and I did off the set. It would be in the script.
Right.
And then, you know, once the cameras start rolling with him, you don't know what the hell's going to come out of his mouth. So I just be waiting for it. I'm like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. So we would go back and forth. So it was out of love. It was out of that's what we did. It had nothing to do with color.
It's a shout out to Ari, man.
Yeah, I understand how you feel.
Yeah, we just liked him, for sure.
It wasn't meant that. And so maybe, Ari, you need to talk to your friends and the people that you were around during that time. Who made you feel that way?
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe in your family or friends, somebody may have done or said something to you which allowed you to look at things a little differently and not receive them in the spirit that they were given.
That was a good way. That was a good way. I love how she put that. Because that's, you know, that's really big for her to clear that up. Didn't she clear it up before, it seemed like, you guys? So one person says, didn't he used to crack on Gina's head too? Yeah, I told you, everybody got it on the Martin show. Everybody. Tommy, Cole, Big Shirley, you know, just whoever. Another person says, I never thought that. She and Martin just were comedy magic. Another person, Ari Lennox, I love her, but she placed her own experience onto Martin and Tashina. She felt away and tried to create a narrative. Martin and Pam were the 90s version of Fred and Esther. What did I just tell y'all? That's all that was. And we can even throw in JJ and Thelma in there too. It was just Joni and shit talking. Yeah, that's what that was. Another person says Ari was doing too much. Baby, these were fictional characters, and Pam was no victim. She got on Martin. Yeah, she would call him Arsenio Small. She would get on his ears. Calling him Dumbo. Like, baby. Baby, they would get on each other. That's how that show was. And Martin is a comedian. He's doing all he can, to be funny, to make sure, the show is successful. She got on Martin just as much as she got on Martin just as much as he got on her. I think that's what they meant to say. Do you see the Little People Association bashing Tashina Arnold for short people jokes? Yeah, she used to, oh my God, he is, she used to always talk about how short he is. We have moved on. We don't even have sitcoms anymore that tell those type of jokes anymore. That was a thick piece thesis she could have kept for her college credit. Sometimes when you are too woke for your own good, you have to learn to take a damn nap. Now that was a read. Another person says, I never thought that they would clown each other. It was funny. Oh, I never thought that, is what they would say, is what this person is saying. They would clown each other. It was funny. He even got on Gina and her having a big ass head. It was all comedy. These young folks want everything to be a problem. This person mentions how Martin would talk about Tisha Campbell's forehead on the show. Yeah. And another person says it's just like George and Florence from the Jeffersons. They had a really good back and forth. Okay? They had it. So, yeah. Even Will Smith and Uncle Phil, they would joan and go back and forth. So it was definitely something that, took place in the 90s. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys feel like she made that bigger than what it was? Or do you kind of feel like, I kind of see what she's talking about? Martin was very offensive towards Pam on the show. What do you guys think of that? Okay, so in other news, we got 50 Cent, who served as an executive producer on the recent documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning, shared his reaction on Instagram to Justin and Christian and how they are expected to debut on the Zeus network next year. So what do y'all think of that? They got a show coming out. They are going to be doing a docuseries on the Zeus network. And people are saying Diddy was allegedly a silent partner at Zeus from the start. The series is slated for this year, 2026. Will you guys be watching? What do y'all think about the docuseries? Y'all think it's fair? So let's see what the people think of this. One person says all they're going to do is lie through the whole thing. I know that's right. Another person, our dad, the diddler. Child. Oh, one person says greaseball should be the name of it. Not greaseball, not baby oil, child. Okay. Oh, who are they gonna cast as Diddy? Lemmy? Oh. Well, y'all know they gotta come through and rewrite history for they daddy. For they daddy. Okay. Okay, so more people respond to Claudia Jordan and how she went viral for making a statement that immediately struck a nerve. When she said the market is undefeated, she was not offering abstract dating commentary or criticizing other women. She was speaking directly about her own life, her decisions, and the reality she is now facing. That distinction matters because too many people rush to interpret her words as general theory when in truth, what she was giving was a personal reflection. it was almost like a confession. In her remarks, Claudia Jordan openly acknowledged that earlier in her life, she prioritized her career over relationships. She admitted that she had good men in her life when she was younger, men with stability, resources, and the ability to offer commitment, but that she passed on some of them because she was focused on building her professional success. She believed, as many women are encouraged to believe, that relationships could be revisited later, once career goals were solidified. She assumed that when she reached a later stage in life, there would still be a large pool of desirable men waiting to settle down. What she explained next is the part that made the clip uncomfortable because it contradicts what society often promises women. She stated that when she reached that later point in her life, that pool of men simply was not there. Not that men disappeared entirely, but that the men she wanted, the men who matched her standards, expectations, and lifestyle, were no longer available in the way she believed that they would be. That realization is what led her to conclude, based on her own lived experience, that the dating market does not bend to personal timelines. As she put it, the market is undefeated. So, yeah, the people, like I said, they keep trying to bring in Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels dedicated his platform to explaining this exact dynamic to women long before they reached the stage Claudia is now describing. His message was never that women could not pursue careers, nor that they were wrong for wanting success. His argument was that time is not neutral in the dating market, and that delaying relationships comes with choices and trade-offs that many women prefer not to acknowledge. Kevin repeatedly warned women that youth and attractiveness function as leverage, not guarantees. He explained that access to high-status men does not equal long-term commitment from those men, and that assuming otherwise is a costly mistake. He made a clear distinction between being able to attract men and being able to secure the specific type of man one claims that they want. Ciao, by Kevin Samuels. Let's see what the people think about this, because I do feel like this is something that we all really need to discuss. Okay, so one man says, well, first off, it's too many men responding. This message isn't for us. Trying to hurt these women's feelings isn't going to help. Exactly. That's what a lot of y'all is doing. And I think that too many black men, they enjoyed Kevin Samuels disrespecting and dogging out black women. And then you all love to say, yeah, but I want love. That's not love. Okay, trying to disrespect somebody, telling them they too damn big, to be in a relationship. That's tearing somebody down. Okay? Trying to hurt these women's feelings isn't going to help. This battle over the sexes seems to only affect our community, and we are the ones who need to come together the most. Say it, baby, because I don't think they hear you. I hope we stop fighting amongst each other because we have enough enemies. That part. It's horrible. It is horrible. All this shit about, oh, well, all you women, y'all go end up single with cats, and y'all better, settle for a man before you turn 50, and it's a mess. Another person says, everyone isn't going to get married. That's a fact. And if you stick to that fact, it's irrelevant for anyone to try to make people who aren't married feel bad about it. There are good people who won't get married and bad people who get married every day. That part. There's too much nuance surrounding marriage in the black community to just land on black women always being the ones who overlook good men or decide to focus on their careers in their youth. Black men also need to acknowledge and accept the role that they play. I agree with that. Another person says the key to not ending up like Claudia is for black women to expand their options to all races of men. Yeah, you go have to. You're going to have to. Another person says it depends on what the woman wants. Men have married women who made 25% of what they made for decades. They have married the women and expected the women to keep house and raise the children. If a woman is comfortable marrying a man to be her lifelong companion and flipping that script, she'll have plenty of choices. Is she comfortable marrying her best friend and being the breadwinner and being responsible for the family's financial future and planning for retirement? So, hell no, ain't nobody trying to do all of that. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to do all of that. Another person says, this is why I say don't bother telling them. They already know. They just expect for people to do the right thing so that they don't have to deal with the consequences of their actions, which is fine and all, but time will always tell. Another person says even pretty privileged women have an expiration date. See, they love all that. And I'm looking at the men that's talking this shit, and they are not cute. They are not like attractive and desirable. These are the men that the women don't want that are talking like this. Oh, another man, asks Lisa Ray or Vivica A. Fox. Another person, Kevin Samuels, his words stay prophetic about these chicks. A shame he's not alive to see this. It's like... So a woman responds and says, and he's not alive because he died just the way he say women would be alone and miserable with all his minions and opinions. He was miserable and y'all the company. Here go another man. As soon as they hear or see Kevin Samuels' name, many of these lovely ladies just get triggered, even though he was right. Why do y'all keep caping for a motherfucker that's like not here anymore? He's not. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He didn't take care of his damn health. Okay? And he was over there on some, I don't bump. Look, I won't bump no more with no big fat woman. He was over there with a size 12, 14, 16, which ain't even big, but compared to what he says he desired, he wasn't with no size 2, okay, or 3 or 1 before he passed. He was with a plus size gal. So the message that he preached to y'all wasn't about shit. It was a lie. Don't y'all get some of these people on these platforms? They just want your money. This man made a lot of money scamming you guys, giving you guys bad information. Okay? Telling y'all that these women have hit the wall as if you niggas, y'all ain't hit the damn wall. Y'all hit the wall all the time in your drawers. Damn dick don't work. I would know. Shit. Okay. Look, not I would know, but honey, I didn't been with a few who couldn't get it up. Okay, what the hell you doing 35 years old and your shit don't work? Get the hell out of here. I can see if you 65. The hell you 35. Got ED. Child, a mess. So, yeah. Y'all think because some nigga had some salt and pepper beard and walked around in a damn suit, okay, y'all think he know what he talking about just because he looked a certain type of way. And he wasn't attractive. It wasn't like he was Boris Kojo. It wasn't like he was Denzel from back in the day, honey. And Denzel's still fine, quiet as kept, honey. Okay? But yeah, like, if y'all don't get out of here, it is a mess. It is a mess, child. And you can get married and the shit don't work out. Like, when are y'all gonna realize that that's life? People get married, have children, get divorces. You can do everything the right way and it still don't work out. You still end up single. You still end up by yourself. Okay? Okay, let's shake a bone and get the hell on. We have Lemuel Plummer. He comments on Justin and Christian Combs' new docuseries on Zeus. He says, to be clear, this documentary series is centered on providing Justin and Christian the opportunity to share their personal story and lived experience, particularly as their lives have also been directly impacted. Didn't they have their own court cases? Are they gonna talk about that? I mean, I'm just saying, listen. Okay? The apple don't fall too far from the tree, and we all know Diddy is the damn tree. This project is not intended to endorse, defend, or vindicate Diddy or any individual, nor does it seek to justify or minimize any actions that have been alleged or educated. As a network, we believe in the importance of allowing individuals to speak for themselves, just as any credible network entering the documentary space does. Our role is to provide a platform for stories to be told honestly and without prejudgment. What viewers will see is raw, real, and authentic storytelling. That is the essence of this project. We respectfully ask that the series not be prejudged before it is seen. Child, it's going to be judged because them his damn sons. And don't nobody want to hear from them. Okay? But I will tune in though, because I do need to keep my ear to the streets, honey. I just need to see what the hell they gonna do. But that damn documentary that 50 Cent did, it was good. It was good. It validated a lot of shit that I thought over the years, a lot of stuff that I heard. Everyone will have the opportunity to watch and assess the content and arrive at their own conclusions. Nigga, we already arrived at our conclusion. Okay, before we watch it, during, and after. I'm going to have the same opinion. Okay? Ooh, child, what y'all think of that?